Welcome to Hazard Communication. This course will cover hazard communication essentials for associates who regularly handle hazardous materials as part of their job duties. Click the Start Course button to get started. Click the tabs to the left to review introductory information on this hazard communication course. OSHA follows the Globally Harmonized System, GHS, of classification and labeling of chemicals, including the following important components. Labels. Chemical manufacturers and importers are required to provide a label that includes a harmonized signal word, pictogram, and hazard statement for each hazard class and category. Precautionary statements must also be provided. Safety Data Sheet. The Safety Data Sheet, or SDS, is a 16-section document that gives detailed information on the chemical. The most crucial information is listed in the first sections of the SDS. The SDS should always be stored in an easily locatable nearby location. Hazard Classification. Definitions of hazards provide specific criteria for classification of health and physical hazards, as well as classifications of mixtures. These specific criteria help to ensure that evaluations of hazardous effects are consistent across manufacturers, and that label and safety data sheets are more accurate as a result. Click the Resources tab at the top right corner of your screen to download and review the Hazard Communication Annual Review document. Click through the numbered circles to review the different components of the Globally Harmonized System, GHS, of classification and labeling of chemicals. OSHA's Hazard Communication Standard, following the Globally Harmonized System of Classification and Labeling of Chemicals, GHS, requires pictograms on labels to alert users of the chemical hazards to which they may be exposed. Each pictogram consists of a symbol on a white background framed within a red border and represents a distinct hazard or hazards. The pictogram on the label is determined by the chemical hazard classification. Click each pictogram shown here to review its classifications. A Safety Data Sheet, SDS, is a detailed source of information about the chemical presented in a standardized 16-section format. To access safety data sheets at Montefiore, go to Montefiore Intranet, click on Resources, click on SDS, and enter your search word. Please note that this manufacturer chose to include more information than is required. Finally, click on the Resources tab to download the example PDF in order to review the full document. We referenced just now that there are also two other common systems of hazard communication traditionally used in the United States. The first of these is the National Fire Protection Association, NFPA, Diamond for Hazard Communication. Please note again that the NFPA system for rating hazards is different than the GHS system. You can see in the Diamond image here that the 4 divisions are color-coded and rated on a scale measuring from 0, meaning no risk, to 4, meaning severe risk. Blue indicates the level of health hazard. Red indicates the level of flammability. Yellow indicates the level of chemical reactivity. And white contains special codes for unique hazards if applicable. For example, here, the W with the line through it indicates do not mix with water. The second additional hazard communication system used in the U.S. is called the Hazardous Materials Identification System, or HMIS. On the card here, you can see that again the 4 divisions are color-coded. Blue indicates the level of health hazard. Red indicates the level of flammability. Yellow represents the level of physical hazard. And white contains personal protection considerations. Each section is rated on a scale from 0, meaning no hazard or a normal substance, to 4, meaning severe risk. Worker safety is the responsibility of the manufacturer, the employer, and the employee. Click through the tabs to the left to learn what each party is responsible for and entitled to regarding hazard communication. Now let's review the best practices to use in handling and storing chemicals, disposing of chemicals, and responding to spills. Click the numbered layers of the circle in order to review these best practices. Spills fall into one of two main categories: incidental releases, which can be addressed by properly trained staff, and emergency releases, which must be addressed, supervised, and cleaned by the OSHA HAZWOPER trained response team. Let's take a closer look at what to do for each category.